Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Chess This Week. There was a lot of action packed chess the previous week, and let's dive into the top stories. Starting with action in Norway chess, Vishy Anand, the 52-year young super kid, the legend, the 5-time world champion. He took the world by surprise one more time. Not for the first time and definitely not for the last time. He played an amazingly well tournament in Norway chess and he was leading at some point. He was in the second place at some point. And then finally this game happened. Vishy with the white pieces against Shakriyar Mahadyaro. He played this move, queen to b5, and after 3 minutes of thought, he instantly resigned before even his opponent could see why. Do you see why? Do let us know in the comments if you figured out why Vishy resigned at this exact point. Meanwhile, Pragnananda managed to win another tournament this year. This year has been amazing for a lot of Indian juniors. Arjun Erigasi, Gukesh, and Prag adds another feather to his cap. He won the Norway Chess Open with a very convincing finish and moves up very close to 2650 in the live rankings. The other big tournament this week, the Prague Masters, the Prague Challengers, and the Prague Masters was won by Hari Krishna, who again played an amazing tournament and moves to number 2 in the live rankings for India. This game against Parham Maksudlu was perhaps one of the finest games I've seen in recent times. It was at this point when Hari Krishna played this beautiful move. If you haven't seen this, take a pass and try to guess which move Hari Krishna played. And it was rook to a1. Just leaving the rook on tree. If white captures the rook, then black just goes knight c2 check, king a5, and after rook a8, it's checkmate. So his opponent, Parham Maksudlu, he didn't recapture the rook. He just went h5, g takes h5, g takes h5, and here Hari Krishna just played this calm move, king b8, not even bothering to move the rook. Look at how this rook on e1 is invincible for so many moves, and once again rook into a1 is not really an option because knight c2 check, king a5, and the black king can just come to b7 calmly, and there's no way to stop rook a8 checkmate. So the game went on, and this was the first critical moment. And we zoom directly to the second critical moment. It was at this point when Parham took rook into f4, trying to go into a drawn endgame. He was under pressure for quite a considerable amount of time, and he just tried to go into this endgame with 2 knights against the king, which is known to be a draw, but not when the opposition has 1 pawn, as it evades a lot of these stalemating draws for the defensive side. And Hari Krishna showed beautiful technique once again to win this game, which was only one of his wins out of 4 wins in the Prague Masters, and he finishes off with 6.5 out of 9. Vidit had a slightly disappointing tournament. He played quite well, but he was not able to win a single game and ended with 4 out of 9. And in the Prague Challengers, Shashi Kiran finished in the 4th place, 5 out of 9, which is a creditable performance considering the top 3, Vincent Kima, Hans Niemann, and the world rapid champion Abdusatru Nodibek. These juniors have been playing amazingly well. It's creditable that Shashi finished in the 4th place, and at this moment not a lot of people can stop these top juniors. If we look at the juniors ranking list, the live rating, the rankings from 2 to 7 is incredibly crowded, and all of these juniors are just some of the finest players in the world. Abdusatru, in fact, winning the World Rapid Championship, and these players can even beat the world champion in their day. So, amazing performances by the juniors, and a creditable 4th place finish for Shashi. And in the Prague Open, which happened alongside, Alexander Motile won this tournament, and Sankal Gupta and Inian were the Indians who finished in the top. Aside from Norway Chess and Prague Masters, another major tournament featuring some of top Indian stars was the French League. The French League featured Arjun Erigasi, Nihal Sarin, Surya Ganguly, and Leon Mendonca. Nihal, Arjun, and Leon played for the same team, the Philido Mulhouse team, and Surya played for the Mets Fisher team, which didn't make it to the knockouts. The Philido Mulhouse team made it to the knockouts, but they didn't have a great run there. The top four teams of each pool qualifying for the knockouts. Both the teams were in different pools, and the Philadelphia team made it to the knockouts, but not having the best of times there. Arjun losing a little bit of rating. Nihal just maintaining his rating. Leon had a few good games, but he lost yesterday, and it's been a bit of a topsy-turvy event for our Indian stars. And talking about our Indian stars, the Beast is also playing in Singapore right now. He also didn't have the best of runs. He is at 5 out of 8, and Singapore's latest grandmaster, Tin Chingyao, is playing like the actual beast, winning the tournament with a round to spare, including a win against Adivan in the first round itself, setting his way through for the tournament. And the FIDE.com Women's Speed Chess Championship is another important tournament that is going on. Vaishali qualifying to the quarterfinal with a win against Asabayeva Bibisara. And we have 4 Indians playing in this tournament: Vaishali, Konero Hampi, Dronawali Harika, and Mantika Agarwal. And we expect a lot of Indian clashes in this tournament. The winner of the Harika match in the pre-quarterfinals will play against Vaishali. Among other top stories this week, India's assembly line of grandmasters had slowed down a bit during the pandemic due to less over-the-board tournaments, but it has resumed in full tilt, and India's latest grandmaster is Rahul Srivatsav from Telangana. And we are going to have an Olympiad torch relay for the first time in history of the Olympiads, and it kicks off this June 19 with the Prime Minister initiating the torch relay, and I'll be there with the Indian teams. And the candidates tournament also kicked off yesterday, and what a start it was. 2 decisive games already in the first round. Jan Nepomucci with the black pieces winning against Ding Liren. I didn't see that coming. Did you see that coming? I totally didn't see that coming. And Fabiano Caruana winning against one of the most popular chess players in the history, Hikaru Nakamura, with the white pieces. We had some very eventful draws in the other 2 games. Duda against Rapport, and Teimur Rajago against Alireza Firhoja. And who's your favorite to win in the candidates? Do let us know in the comments, and if you like this video, then do hit that like button, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't.